This is George Dionne of the Rock is George podcast, and this is a KNAC.com exclusive interview with vocalist Paul Di'Anno of Paul Di'Anno'S Warhorse. If I knew absolutely nothing about Paul Di'Anno'S Warhorse, how would you describe the band's music to me?
Well, I'll tell you what, I know nothing about Warhorse either. No, as I said, this is two friends of mine who split, Hrvoje and Pupi, and they're both well-known guitar players over here. Fantastic guys, guitar players. And they come up with this idea of me recording a couple of, as I said, I've had all I did was sing on the album. I didn't write, haven't done anything, nothing to it. I just put my voice to it. And the song's slightly different. And it sort of intrigued me to see if it would work. And apparently it has.
Well, before we get into the album, how did you meet these two guys, Madiraca and Pupi?
Through Stepan, friends of Stepan's and that. And, they've been around the music industry in Croatia for quite some time with Rapid Strike and a few other bands and that. And they're very well known around here. They are both absolute guitar legends in Croatia. But they're also really great, studio musicians as well. So, yeah, I got to meet them through that. So, we all got on very well.
Now, you mentioned all you had to do is sing on this one. Is that unusual for when you're putting an album together? Is this like a first where everything was pretty much laid out for you? You just had to go in there?
Yeah, because I normally write the lyrics at least and that. And but it was kind of weird and but also nice. Not to have any pressure on me. If it fucks up, I can't get the blame.
So the new Paul Di'Anno'S Warhorse album comes out on July 19th through BraveWords Records. This album took a little bit to complete. It was about 2 years from what I understand. Was this because...
Well, that was not my fault because, as I said, the boys are studio rats. So they spent so much time in the studio fucking around, mixing and adding this and taking that out and doing this. And I was getting really pissed off and frustrated. But, that's the way they work. The record company wasn't too impressed either. I think they got pissed off a little bit. But anyway, we finally got it out. But this is what you get when people spend all their life in studios. Me, if I haven't got it in 2 or 3 takes, that's it. Fuck it. You ain't going to do any better. But, they took their time. So there you go.
So it's more about perfection than it is about stumbling blocks.
Yeah, those guys are. Yeah, there's no stumbling blocks. It was just, like sort of perfection on there, and I still think if they had their way, we'd still be mixing it now.
Well, you got the new single out. It's called "Here Comes the Night." Why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
As I said, I didn't write the lyrics. I don't really know. It's kind of cool though. It's like sort of flipping the finger to some members of authority. I won't mention who, and just being who you are, like different from everybody else.
And the album's title track, Warhorse, has been out for a little while. That's sort of a anthemic call to arms song, right?
Yeah, well, we've done it. It was originally done, the Warhorse track, it's at Warhorse. We've done it for, to help Ukraine, to get some money for them guys over there. So I've got a lot of friends in Ukraine, and I haven't seen them for a while. One of my best friends, Max, over there, he's sending me pictures of his boy's birthday party while the fucking bombs are going off outside their house. That really shook me. So, no. We're trying to do something, get some money over to it. Obviously not a lot, but every little helps.
Is the track Stop the War also about Ukraine?
Well, that's it, yeah. That's what I meant to say, Stop the War. Sorry, my head's all over the place. Yeah, Stop the War is the one for you, like, yeah. Warhorse is just about, the unstoppable juggernauts.
Well, you got a couple of covers on this album. I thought they were a little out of unexpected for Paul Di'Anno. Let's talk about
one of them. One of them threw me for 6. I said, we want to do Tequila. And I said, what the fuck? And I'm like, what do I do with that one? So all I had to do was just shout Tequila, yeah, that sort of thing. And that was it. That threw me a little bit, but the other one that was my choice. I wanted to do the PES Mode cover. I thought we could do that very well. And if we carry on doing more tracks with, more albums with Warhorse, I'm going to try and choose a different kind of track for each album. I've got the next one already in line.
I was reading somewhere that you lived in the same neighborhood as members of Depeche Mode.
Well, we're all from the same area, East London, Essex, yeah. Around the area at the time, it was fantastic. I mean, we had Iron Maiden, Depeche Mode, and obviously, you know, when Vince was with the band and that, and then it turned on to Yazoo with Alison Moyet, also Essex girl. And then obviously that's got on to Hrvoje, and yes, it's all good.
Now, I was reading that you're going to make music videos for almost every song. That's sort of a daunting task to put all that together.
And the boys will do that. I probably won't be around.
They could just digitally insert you into these things now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be busy on tour and everything now. So this is it. As I said, my main concern at the moment is just getting on physio and trying to get up on one leg at least.
So yeah, how is your recovery going from knee surgery?
It's fucking hard work, I'll tell you. But then again, as I said, unfortunately, in my country, it's absolute shit when it comes to things like lymphatic drainage, and the healthcare system is bloody awful. I don't want to say too much because it makes you seem like a racist arsehole, and I'm not. But you know, we open our doors to everybody. Like all immigrants and illegals come in, and they all get fucking first service. So poor old England, you know, people are sort of suffering for it. And, you know, my friend today has been going around trying to get dental work done. It's fucking ridiculous. Can't get doctors or anything. It's destroyed. So Croatia's the best place to come and get things done.
The new album, Paul Di'Anno'S Warhorse, is coming out through BraveWords Records. How did you end up signing with them?
Well, we was their first sign on the new label. They offered us, and we had to listen, talk to them, and, you know, talk to Giles Lavery and everybody, and we thought, yeah, it was great. So, yeah, new project, new label. So, yeah, a good thing to do. They're good guys.
You mentioned you're doing your physio to get out there for touring. What is your plan for touring? Well,
I'll still be in a wheelchair, obviously, but if we can get up on one leg, it's going to be a lot easier for me, because I've not got out of a wheelchair for 9 fucking years because of the sepsis and then catching MRSA 2 times in England. So each time of that, there's 2 years before they'll do anything to help you. So all that time, I've just been sitting here rotting away. But we've been on tour. It's difficult, but we did it. We did over 125 shows last year, all over South America and everywhere. And, you know, it's difficult traveling there, but it just makes a difference. If I can get up on one leg, on crutches, just so much better. I can just hop about a bit, you know, get onto the beds myself and go to the shower on my own and toilet and all that crap. It'll be freedom for me. I'll probably fall over, but it's got to be done.
So is getting out there and performing music sort of a good therapy for you mentally when it comes to the condition that you're in?
Yeah, it's the only therapy. It's the only thing. It's the only thing I've been wanting to do in my life, and it's the only thing that I feel safe. You know, because all what's happened to me at the minute, you're really nervous all the time, and you know things happening, falling over, hitting the prosthetic, and see what's going on with that shit. And so yeah, it's a bit scary, but you know, building the confidence up. But then when I go on stage, I've got my confidence there. So as I say, you know, that's all right. So this is good for me. Yeah.
What is the set list going to look like when you hit the road after the album comes out? Are you going to perform mostly Warhorse?
We're not touring. We're not talking about touring with Warhorse yet. We've got so much to do yet. We're finishing off the last of the Iron Maiden stuff.
Yeah.
Like the first 2 album stuff for these next couple of shows. And then later on we're having a rethink, and then there'll be stuff coming in from Battle Zone, from Killers, some solo stuff from like Nomad and that will be in there as well. And yeah, and just want to do sort of probably like some of my greatest hit. Not hits, I wouldn't have one.
And it seems that list seems to get longer and longer, the amount of material you have to sift through, right?
Yeah, I've got to sift through and see how long the set is, but I really want to put some stuff in from the first Battle Zone Fighting Back album, and also from the Children of Madness album, and stuff from Nomad. Yeah, it's a bit heavier set, you know, so it'll be quite good. And a couple of poppier stuff we had in there as well, like ballads and, you know, so just want to mix it up a little bit.
You have a documentary that's in the works. It's directed by Wes Orshoski. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the documentary?
Wes is He's a good mate of ours. He done the Motorhead documentary and done the Damned and that as well. And he's been a great guy. We've had this in the pipeline for a couple of years now. The unfortunate part about it is we have to take our time, you know, in between when he can come over and do this. Because the unfortunate thing is I'm sitting in a fucking wheelchair, which is in the ass. But what can I do?
Are they focusing on a particular portion of your life, or is it going to be like from beginning to end?
Everything. Hey, but you'll see the determination sometimes and the despair, and you know, it goes through the whole lot of emotions and stuff. It's a bit strange, but you know, as I said, I don't know what's going to go on with it.
I saw the Lemmy one. The Lemmy one was certainly emotional at times, but came out pretty well.
Well, listen, I trust Wes. He's got me in all sorts of weird situations. He even wanted to come in and fucking film the operation, and they said no.
Everybody always asks you about your time in Iron Maiden. I actually want to ask you about your time in Praying Mantis. You were with them in 1990 for the release of Live at Last from Japan. Dennis Stratton, your former bandmate in Iron Maiden, was with you. Praying Mantis had been broken up, and you actually brought them back together, and kind of a resurgence for them after that.
No, what happened? A friend of mine who was married to Fast Eddie. She's an ex-girlfriend of mine. Mariko. She, you know, the Japanese promoters asked her if we could get older people, and we did. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. It's a bit weird, but I just thought, oh, great, I'm going to go over there, get a 2-week holiday with my girlfriend. But I didn't know I was going to be playing.
Okay. You went on to make an album with them, Predator in Disguise.
Right, sorry, I'm going to smash your phone up in a minute. It's as I said, it's so long ago, and I just can't remember all of this. It's just nuts. But as I said, I just went over there for a 2-week vacation, basically, and ended up going on stage with the guys.
Did they ever make you an offer to join the band back in the 90s?
No, I wouldn't do it anyway. Simple as that.
Well, Paul, those are all the questions I have for you today. The new Paul Di'Anno'S Warhorse album comes out July 19th through BraveWords Records. I've given it a listen. Great album, and I wish you the best of luck with it. And thanks for talking with KNAC today.
Thank you very much. It's been a long time since I've done interviews with you guys. Excellent. Cheers, my friend. Thank you.